Hello everybody, this is Diane and I have some things I'm putting in my shop. When you see this video they will be there already. One of them is a fabric bundle that I've curated for you, and the other items are destash items. So let's do the bundle first. This is a really fun fabric, and it is, I think it was advertised as fairy tale fabric, or maybe it said storybook, but it is more like a storybook fabric. It has images of book covers of storybooks, like there's Little Red Riding Hood, Sleeping Beauty, Aesop's Fables, Peter Pan, some of the Oz books, and a lot of fairy tales, Cinderella, Rumpelstiltskin, the Red Fairy Book. So there's one with the beautiful little mermaid on the cover that we've all seen. So this is a fat quarter of this really beautiful storybook fabric, and to go along with it I've selected 3 prints. This red print, this green that looked very storybookish to me, beautiful, and this yellow, and they are all fat quarters, so you get 4 fat quarters of fabric. To go along with the fabrics, I've included some pages from a fairy tale book that was illustrated by, oh, I forgot his name, Arthur Rackham. Some of them are the color plates, and there are pictures on both sides. This set has 2 of the color plates, and some of them are the black and white illustrations. And there's also text. You might be able to cut some words from the text to use. Some of the kits, I have 8 of these bundles, and some of them have 3 of these pages and only 1 color plate. And also, you will get some embellishments, some trims. So there's just this little piece of a pretty blue that goes well with this fabric. I didn't have a lot of it, but I split it up 8 ways. There's a bright yellow rosette flower. There is a piece of a very wide jumbo black rickrack, and the other rickracks are vintage. So there's a yellow piece. That's a nice length. I cannot remember. I just divided up what I had 8 ways, so whatever it ended up being. This is the longest of all of them. And there's a red, and this red and white one. There's a good sized piece of that one. And also this green leaf. You know, you could glue that to the side of a page and pretend it's Jack's beanstalk. But I thought it looked fairy tale-ish also. And then there will be 3 of these daisy pieces. Some of the colors will be different from those. And then I stamped some labels on some copy dyed paper and cut them out for you. I thought they would look nice in a storybook journal. So you get the 4 fat quarters, the book pages, the trims, and those stamped labels. And that is the storybook fabric bundle. And I have 8 of them available. Now for the destash. I sorted through all of my magazine cuttings. So this is a years long collection that I've been doing. And I destashed it once, but this time I destashed a lot of words. So there are images and full pages. This is only one. It's the only destash I have of this. But there are lots of words and phrases. And this represents a lot of work getting these cut and stored and everything. And I didn't want to throw them away. That's what I was going to do, was just throw away most of what I had, because I had way too much, and it's too overwhelming when I go to do some collage. but I thought I would give you the opportunity to have some since I did all this work. So there's lots of words and phrases. Some of the phrases you might look at and say, why would you want to put that in a journal? But it was, some of them are just because I would have cut words out and made my own sentences. But some of the phrases, there's a lot of really good phrases. Then there's an envelope of numbers. I didn't even sort through these. I'm just getting rid of them. And an envelope of quotes. A lot of them are from the Victoria magazine, from the olden days, from the 90s. And more words in that envelope. There are some small images, big images, more words I think in here. Yep, more words. More words and images. So there are lots of images in addition to the words. Images of all sizes. And I put them all in this flat rate envelope, so whatever price I decide to put on this bundle, it will have the $8 and whatever the shipping is. So the bundle, I'm not going to charge a lot for the bundle, but it's going to be worth it for all this stuff and all the things that were already cut out for you. There's a lot of magazines represented here. So I'm going to contain it in this envelope after the video, after I'm done with the video. So I'll just set that here for now. Now the other destash items that I have are some plant cards. I have 3 sets of these plant cards. There are 20 picture cards. These are from, it's called The Greenhouse, from Western Publishing, 1978. And they did come in a plastic box shaped like a greenhouse. And they're all kinds of plants and information about the plants and how to take care of them. So there are 20 of these picture cards, and then 4 of the informational cards. They have illustrations on them. So you get 24 cards in this destash set. Then we have some vintage receipts, and I had separated, I had taken out excess of what I had, and then today I sorted them into 2 stacks and counted as I sorted. And there are, I made notes here, 94 receipts in each bundle. So you will get some like this, and they're vintage. And quite a few like that. And then there's some like this. There's a lot of those. Some like this with the blueprint. So quite a few of these receipts that have the stub portion. And then these are from the Meredith Bottling Works, and they come in 3 different colors. It was a triplicate paper pad, and there's quite a few of those. Then this one, quite a few of them. And the X-Lines Pure Service in white and pink. 94 sheets altogether. That is a bargain. I don't know what price I'm putting on it yet. I haven't thought about prices yet, but that'll be a bargain for you. Then I have 2 of these. I've had these in my stash for a long time, and I've sold them at various times, and I'm destashing more of them. So in this, these are Florist hang tags. I do not know how old they are. I got a large bag full of them at, 1987. I never noticed that was there. I got these several years ago at a flea market. and there are 23 in each set. So some of them are green plants, dish garden, cut flowers. There's only one of the fresh cut roses in each set. And then this fresh cut roses there's a lot of, but not this one. 23 cards all together. And lastly, we have vintage postcards. Nope, that's not last. Next to last, we have some vintage postcards. There are 2 sets, and there are 19 postcards plus, I'll show you what the plus is. You get 2 of these sets of postcards. So you would buy this and mail it as it is, and then the recipient would open it up and they would get all of these pictures inside. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then flip it over and there's 9 more. So lots and lots of pictures from this little postcard set. So they're all from New York. This one is Saratoga Springs. This one is the souvenir folder of the Adirondack Mountains in New York. And then just some scenic postcards. These 3 are, well, these 2 are not very vintage. And that one came the same time I got those. And this one isn't really a postcard, it's just a souvenir photo of an actress. Pennsylvania. These are from Sayre, my town. And they have perforations because they were in a postcard book. That's a reproduction. But it's probably vintage at this point. But it's a reproduction. This one came out of a different one of those booklets. It's torn a little bit there. The cover was torn up pretty badly, and this was the only card left. So you can see there's some scenic postcards. This one is Niagara Falls. Some of them are quite old. That's from a hotel, and this was 1969. So those are the types of cards that you get. And I'll show you what the sets are in the other. I have 2 sets of postcards. 19 postcards plus 2 of these sets. This one is Buffalo and Niagara Falls, and this one is New York City. Oh, this one is loose. So it was glued up here and it came unglued. Let's see if this one's okay. I love Niagara Falls. Yep, that one's glued in. So this one is Buffalo, and on this side is Niagara Falls. Okay. And then the postcards. And lastly, this is a great destash too. Pages from a Tree field guide. I fully intended to keep these and use these, but I don't use them. And I thought, some of you are really more into the nature type of journals and the botanical journals than I am, so I'm letting them go. I didn't count them. There's this nice stack of pages from a field guide for trees. So some of them are color plates, and some of them are black and white illustrations with the text. And then also I had cut these out of a different book, and they're animals, so I'm just going to stick them in there with this. And they're vintage. Antelope, mountain goat, song sparrow, katydid, wapiti or American elk, mule deer, woodland caribou, and moose. So trees and animals in this set. That's what I have. All of those destash sets and the the Storybook fabric bundle. I will leave the link to my shop below, and I hope that you will go and have yourself a little shopping spree. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting my shop. I appreciate it more than you know. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.